Hey everyone, welcome back to Carrots and Olives. My name is Brittany, and in today's video we are going to talk about the pink planners. So the planners I'm going to show you are some of the latest planners that have been out in the market at Gillio and VDS. So first up is a planner I've mentioned before in my previous video, and I want to thank you all for the love that you've given me on that video, and just reading your comments and things like that have been awesome. Thank you very much. So that is the Sakura VDS Velvet Matte Croco. And next is going to be a new version of pink for Gillio. And this one is the bubblegum. And then lastly, I want to talk about my most recent purchase from Gillio, and that was their Aubergine, which is the remake of an older version of Aubergine. They came out a couple years ago, I believe. I am a recent customer of Gillio. I would say I've only been purchasing from them this year, 2019, and VDS, I think, is the same way actually. I've been purchasing from them beginning of this year, I believe. So I love these two companies. They have a lot to offer. VDS is more of a customization type planner company, or leather good company, and then Gillio is just kind of what you see is what you get. And they have some really nice looking products as well. So I'm just going to get on here today to kind of show you the differences if anyone was wondering about the pinks. I never thought I would be such a fan of the pink planners, but I am, and here we are. So first things first, I wanted to compare the VDS to the bubblegum. Gillio bubblegum. So obviously these are two different sizes. I am still in that phase of trying to figure out what size rings fits best for me. I'm currently in love with the A6 and have gotten a couple of more A6s are on the way. But I also like the personal size. So I'm kind of torn, but I'm glad I have both. And when I compare these two, they are different. I hope you could see this in the camera, but this bubblegum has a tint of yellow within the lines of the main color of the planner. It looks very yellow, and actually it comes off as white to me on camera, but it's actually more of like a yellow. It is, but it's really nice and smooth. It's not really bumpy and pebbly as it may appear to look. As with the VDS, it is very soft. It's squishy to me, and it has this really velvety texture to it, to where you feel like there's... It's just so hard. It's hard to describe. It has like some squishiness to it, and it's just fluffy to me. You don't really see the cracks are darker. They're not lighter. And the pebbling, I requested this pebbling to be this way. As I had mentioned, VDS does a lot of customizations for you upon request. And then one of the things I forgot to mention in my last video is how I wish I would have gotten the squared corners. I just think the squared corners is more of a classy look, and I love how that's a standard at Gillio. I don't think you can change it to... I don't think they do curved corners, so that's one of the things I do want to change in the future if I do order more planners from VDS. Now, it is squishy. It does mold around my inserts, as you can see, and it's just a beautiful planner. This one I used briefly for a few weeks. This one is also squishy. It's hard to explain, but it has some, I don't know if it's the padding or the material, but it is also squishy, although it's not as, the pattern is not as raised up as this one is. I hope you can see that. Now when we bring in aubergine, it's just, this one is completely different. It's different from the bubblegum, and it's different from the velvet matte. I would say it's closer to the bubblegum than it is the velvet matte, but then color wise, it's, I think it's like in between the texture or the pattern. It's hard to tell. It's almost like the same exact color as the pattern, as the light part of the pattern. So it's not really dark, and then it's not like super light and a different tint of color. This one is such a beautiful planner. It feels very slick, more slick than a bubblegum to me. And I would say, and it's not squishy at all. It's more like, it's not fluffy, it's more like receded in my opinion. But this leather, it just feels really smooth. It's interesting. It's almost like a little silky smooth in comparison to this one and of course this one. So this is the B6 Appunto. And an Appunto, if you are not familiar, is kind of like a folio jacket. It doesn't have the rings, and with just about every or majority of the Gillios, you get the back pocket. So this fits a B6 size notebook, and you just slip it in. I can slip in both sides to this notebook, and you get, on all the Appuntos, I believe you get the zipper, and then you get like a secretarial flap there. And this is my B6 for work. And then you get the card slots, and you have even like a pocket here, which I think is perfect if you were to carry this around as a wallet as well and put in some cash. So I don't have it set up or like decorate or anything. I'm just really using this for work, and it's just doesn't really need anything extra. Maybe like some papers that will go in the back. But this is just a great size for if you want to, you know, travel and just take this. You have enough room for pieces of paper and for your credit cards and money and a notebook and a pen. Now this is the personal bubblegum, or personal rings bubblegum. This is what they call an Amica, and I believe it's all the Amicas. Yes, all the Amicas that do not have the big back pocket, and the Amicas do not have a fly leaf. So keep that in mind. Some people like the idea of having the big back pocket, and then there's some people who like the idea but don't really use it, and then there's some people that just don't like it. And I would say I'm like the person in the middle who likes it, but I don't really use them all the time. So I thought, why not try the Amica? Also because they did not come out with the Campagna in the bubblegum. So with the Amica, you do get 2 secretarial pockets on this side. You do get some card slots, and then on the right side you get 1 big secretarial pocket. And it's awesome if you use it. The difference is that with the Campagna you don't get as many secretarial pockets, and you do get a big back pocket on the others. So this is more for if you know what you need and what you don't need. Like, this would be a great option for you. If you don't need all that extra like zippers and back pockets, then this will be a good option. Plus, it's not as expensive as a Campagna. I do love how the Gillios and the VDS planners stand up on their own. I think that's awesome, because they're, you know, if you're not using them, or, you know, if you're just a collector, you could just stand them up and have them on display. So I really like that feature. And yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say. If you have any questions, please post down below. I have no intention on selling any of these planners that you see before you. So if that is a question, then the answer is no. But other than that, I want to thank you guys for being here with me today. And oh goodness, I'm just now realizing that this is all, I don't know what that is. It wasn't there before. You probably can't see it, but it looks a little dark. I don't know if that's from sun exposure or what, because I have had it in front of my, I don't know, that's weird. Okay, moving on. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are new. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!